Hello everyone, this is Jeremy from Redemption Performance and Engineering, coming from a new location, work in progress here, but this is the new spot for the business. Bringing to you today a tech tip. If you have a 95 through 98 or 99 and 2000 if you have a Tahoe, Yukon, or Suburban, and your headlights are dim, we're going to talk about why. If you've got one of these old GMT400 trucks here, like I do, you're probably wondering, unless your truck's a cream puff, you're probably wondering by now, why are my headlights so terrible? And there's a couple reasons for that on these trucks. Most of the reason is possibly because your headlight assemblies are fogged over. That's a pretty common sense thing to be able to observe. You can replace these, you can polish them, but that's step one, would be foggy headlight housings. The other issue that I see on these trucks a lot is resistance on the headlight wiring circuit, either because of bad grounds for the headlights. We'll get under the hood here in a minute and take a look at those possibly. But also, all of the electricity that runs the headlights on these trucks runs through the headlight switch in the dash. There's no relay on these trucks from the factory. All the voltage or all the amperage runs through the headlight switch on the dash. So as the switch wears out or the grounds become corroded or loose or whatever happens over time, the resistance of the circuit goes up, the voltage delivered to the headlights goes down, and your headlights get quite dim. So let's get under the hood and take a look at some ways to remedy some of those issues. So here we are under the hood of this fine old work truck. And I want to address the most technical part of getting the headlights on these trucks fixed up. Obviously, headlight assemblies, there's tons of videos about how to do that, polish those out. You can find headlight assemblies anywhere you can find any parts for these trucks, not a difficult scenario. One of the more nuanced things is the electrical system for the headlights, so let's get into that. Again, like we mentioned from the factory, all the headlight power runs through the headlight switch in the dash, and it comes through this harness right here, if you guys can see that. This harness that runs along the fender, right through here. This is the headlight harness. From the headlight switch to the lights, here you go. So the first thing we want to check out is our grounds. Are our grounds any good? There's a ground for the driver's side headlights right here on the core support. It's basically directly in front of the ECM, right up here, right on the core support. You can really easily check this area and repair a loose or faulty ground if it's a problem. There is one other ground over on the side where the camera is. It's behind the battery and in front of the air filter housing. You'll be able to find it real easily right there. It's right next to the battery. If the ground locations are good, the next thing is probably the switch. Now, I like to isolate the switch on these trucks and run my headlights off of a relay bank. So I've got a waterproof marine grade relay bank right here that I got online, and I've ran a couple of these, and these work really well. They're sealed up. They're intended to be under the hood like this. It's all automotive and marine grade components inside, and so I like to do this. So I'll pull power directly from my fuse block right here. There's two studs on the back that have power. I run a wire from there around to my box, and I energize this, and then I tap into the wire harness here with my headlights, and I feed the signal that would normally turn the headlights on. I feed that as a signal to throw my relays, and then the relays control my headlights. So I'm not going to get into describing how all the relays work and all that stuff here, but for those of you that have a rough understanding of how some of these electrical systems work, run your headlights off of a relay bank, takes all the load off the switch, and then you can then separately fuse your headlights. You can run, I've got this relay box here. I've got this running the fog lights on this truck as well. So this takes all the load off the switch. These switches do wear out, they get dirty. I've actually had some of them get hot and sizzle and make weird noises. You can kind of rebuild the factory switches. New ones are available that are decent quality. But takes all the load off the switch and extends the life of your stock switch a ton because you're not running all that amperage through it. Run all the amperage through here. If you have a gas-powered truck, especially a small block truck like this extra battery tray is a great place to mount this. If you've got a big block with two batteries or a diesel, there's a couple of places you can mount these. But on this particular truck, I put the relay box here, and that's how it works. let's see if these headlights are any good. Okay, so here we are. Let's turn the headlights on and see what happens. This truck has clear headlight housings, and I upgraded to LED bulbs, and then I'm also running everything off of my relay bank. Let's see if this thing actually has decent headlights or not. You'll see here, all 4 headlights are on now. When you run your headlights off of a bank like I did, you can also do the high 4 setup, so you have all 4 headlights on at the same time with your high beams on. You'll notice that my fog lights come back on with my dims. This truck went from being dangerous to drive at nighttime and having the worst headlights in my entire fleet of vehicles to having probably the best set of headlights of any vehicle that I own currently. So hopefully that helped you guys out. Those of you guys soldiering these old trucks on still today, small little tech tip for you. Got any questions? Drop me a line, comment, like. Talk to you guys later.